But tell me this: do you think if let's say you've never been a prisoner of war before, let's say after your years of experience with the service and everything, do you think that if you ever got thrown in that position, do you think you'd be better equipped today to handle the situation than what they were then?
Yes, I do. I tell you, I think I'd rather die than become a prisoner again. Because that 33 months took quite a bit out off my lifespan. Number one, research has proven that a prisoner of war, a man that has been interned in a prison camp, his lifespan is less than about 20 years.
Well, the point I'm going to get across. In other words, do you think that today, let's say the Korean War begins today, and you have been in the service since '48, and you haven't been involved in the war yet. You were shipped to Korea, and you were captured. But the present training that you have received over the past years in service, do you think you would be better equipped mentally to cope with the situation?
I definitely do. In fact, I know I would. Because prior to the Korean War, POW training or escape and invasion training of this type is nil. They never had any. Just wasn't prepared for it. It's just something that happened. The war itself just happened overnight.
But then, what was your general feelings towards MacArthur? Do you think he was a capable man of doing the job that he had to do over there? Or?
John MacArthur?
Yeah.
I think John MacArthur was one of the greatest generals ever been. And I was really sorry to hear that when he was relieved of command over in Korea. I personally believe that if he had stayed in command, then the war would never win as long as it did.
Amongst other men in your unit, did they have the same general consensus that they should bomb China, bomb the supply routes from China, like MacArthur was wanting to do, and bomb Peking?
I personally think he should have bombed China. Some portion of it, all of it, if necessary. Because actually that's where the war was coming from, China. We had whooped Korean, the North Korean. Their army was nil. And we had gone to, had advanced to the Yellow River, some units. Then here come a bunch of Chinese. They didn't want to cross into Korea out of China. And they come up with this bit, this Chinese people volunteered, which is practically impossible to get that many volunteers to do anything.
But
what it actually was, the Chinese Liberation Army. And one of the Chinese, they actually said that as part of the army that ran Chiang Kai-shek from the mainland. It's part of the same army. I believe with the 8th Chinese Route Army.
Well, have you been to Korea since the Korean War?
Yes, I have.
All right. You have much? Did you have any connection at all with the ROK Army of then and ROK Army now? How would you compare the two?
The Rock Army? The only contact I had with the Rock Army was this Katusa program they have going in Korea. I had it anyway. This was in '60. I was in '61, '62, and in fact, in my particular gun section, I had 4 Katusa. They work real nice, real good. The one that I had, some of them are real good, do practically anything you tell them, and they do it and they're willing to learn. In fact, my section consists of myself, chief of section, and I had a sergeant as a gunner and a driver, and the rest of them are Katusa. We had a howler section. You could operate efficient.
Do you think, well, reading reports of the Rock Army, I'm hearing men who were over there during the war talk about them. Did you hear anything about the Rock Army during the war itself when you were moved towards the Yalu?
Well, actually, I heard saying about the Rock Army during the Korean War was something like a ghost army. They'd be here, they'd be fighting with you one day, and the next day he might be fighting against you. That's the reports that I heard people talking about.
Yeah.
However, the Rock Army, especially the one that's in Vietnam today, I think they have 2 divisions over there. They're really efficient.
I've
and
seen.
Feared.
Well, I've seen the Rock Army train. I was spent a year in Korea myself, and I've seen them train. And those are just 2 of their average divisions they have over there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the code of conduct is something that should be put aside, or do you think it should be stressed more?
I definitely think it should not be put aside. I think it's efficient, and it should be stressed.
Well, as you probably know, the POW incident. Do you think the commander aboard that ship, with what weapons he had, could have defended the ship a little bit better, so he could have destroyed what documents he had to destroy?
I'll say this. I understand. I believe he had 2 50 caliber machine guns on it, 2 or 3 or something. Anyway, he had 1. I know. I do think that weapon should have been fired at someone. I definitely believe that it should have been fired, and I believe that more effort should have been made to keep that ship from being seized. I'm not a Navy man, but I believe that he could have headed that thing to sea and poured the steam on. He could probably gotten away. I don't know. I just what the situation was.
Do you think, due to this incident, the code of conduct may be scratched off the record? Or do you think it would be emphasized more in the Navy now?
I'm quite sure it'll be emphasized more in the Navy, and I know that it's not going to be scratched.
Well, do you think training of the same nature that we're giving the Army here in Europe, or in V Corps, would be a benefit to the Navy?
Yes.
Okay, that's about enough now. You did all right on that.